Sadly, Carl the aquatic coral snake has passed away. As I said in the video prior to this, that was the first person in 15 years to try and keep one of these snakes in captivity.
It sucks. It really sucks. I hate losing snakes. I've been doing this since I was a little kid, so, you know, every once in a while you lose a snake, whether it's from old age or from a freak accident or something like that. So, you know, you gotta just, it's nature. It comes with the game.
That is such a shame. Look how beautiful this coral snake is.
Alright guys, I just walked into the snake house and sadly I just found that Sir Carl had passed away. This really sucks, but this is the best way I could have replicated how they live in the wild in Amazonian Creek. They had plenty of land. I offered so many different food items. It's morning right now. I literally just got up, came over to the outpost and checked on the snakes, and this is the first thing I saw. Carl was a badass snake. It's really a shame that we couldn't have kept him alive longer. I was really hoping he would have been the first specimen in America to thrive in captivity, so we use him as an educational ambassador, but it just didn't work. Some species you just can't keep in captivity, or you just gotta keep trying to figure things out and see what works. But sadly for this species, it looks like still. And what's really crazy is, I was just talking to a friend of mine who was one of the last people to import an aquatic coral snake, and he said the last one to be imported into the United States was 15 years ago. 15 years ago. Carl was the first aquatic coral snake to come in 15 years. It's insane. I'm gonna actually pull him out right now. Sorry for anyone out there that's a little squeamish and they don't like seeing nasty stuff like that. I'm just gonna lock his cage. This sucks. Alright, so you can see Carl right there. He passed away in the water. Pretty sure he's dead. Just be a little careful just in case. Alright guys, you can see here Carl is. He's passed away. It sucks, man. Look at him. He would have, man, I thought I did the best possible to replicate his habitat, but it wasn't enough. It's really sad. Look how beautiful his head is. You gently grab right behind here. There we go. Look at that. That is such a shame. Look how beautiful this coral snake is. Alright guys. I think I'll put him in a small baggie and put him in the freezer, so if anyone wants to help me preserve this snake or maybe do an articulation of some sort, because this is a species, like I said, hasn't been here in 15 years in the United States. So it's sad that he passed away, but in some way we'll try to preserve his body so we can look back on it. As of for this habitat, I don't know. Actually, I think Walker, my good friend, has mata turtles, and this is exactly what a mata turtle would need for a setup. So maybe I'll put some mata turtles in here. It's sad that Carl the aquatic coral snake didn't make it. We tried best as possible to replicate his habitat. It's really sad, but it was a good attempt. It really was a good attempt to try and get this guy to thrive in captivity. It sucks. It really sucks. I hate losing snakes. I've been doing this since I was a little kid, so, you know, every once in a while you lose a snake, whether it's from old age or from a freak accident or something like that. So, you know, you gotta just, it's nature. It comes with the game. You have a dog for 15 years, near that end of the 15 years, the dog's gonna get old and might pass away. So working with wildlife is very unforgiving sometimes, but it's very rewarding. And it was really rewarding to be able to work with this snake. So, R.I.P. Carl. We love you, Carl. We respect you. We'll never forget you, Carl. I'll see you guys in a bit. And before we put him in the freezer and preserve his body and figure all that out later, I wanted to take an opportunity to show you guys this, because a lot of people believe that coral snakes have rear fangs. So let's look real quick. If you see right on the top of the mouth, you'll see right there, you see those two gummy sheaths right at the top of the jaws? Those are holding front fixed fangs. So these guys are part of the Elapidae family, same family as mambas, kraits, and cobras. Also for the coral snakes, and they all have front fixed fangs right at the beginning of the mouth. You see those two bumps right there? Those are the sheaths that hide the front fixed fangs. So they don't pull back like switchblades, like a viper. They're in place consistently right there at the top of the roof of the mouth. Easy for injecting venom. Alright, so we're gonna let this guy rest in peace. We're gonna go preserve him and go on with it. R.I.P. Carl the aquatic coral snake. Carl! R.I.P. Carl, the aquatic coral snake. Baddest motherfucker in the Amazon.
What is going on, beautiful people? So you just saw, sadly, Carl the aquatic coral snake has passed away. As I said in the video prior to this, that was the first person in 15 years to try and keep one of these snakes in captivity. I was really pushing for it. I was looking forward to having that species as an educational ambassador for the Amazon, but sadly it didn't work. I did everything I could to replicate it best as possible for it to be in its natural habitat, making it look like the Amazon, making it real comfortable with the perfect water temperatures. I even paid a bunch of money for these very specific knife fish from the Amazon just to make sure I can replicate his diet as best as possible, but sadly it wasn't enough. Maybe it was the water levels, maybe it was something extra he needed for his diet, maybe it was just the transport from South America all the way to Florida. All I've got to say is I took the leap. I wanted to make this guy the perfect educational ambassador for the coral snakes, but sadly he didn't make it. So it happens with wildlife. This is the whole game with working with wildlife. Not everything lives forever. You deal with animals passing away, you deal with new life. It's just a part of working with wildlife. You can't get sad about it, you just gotta move on and take what you learned from the last situation and apply it to the future to learn from your mistakes, or just to become a better keeper. Learn more, become the best reptile keeper. The best husbandry comes from learning from the past. So, let's check out the terrarium now, or the paludarium. I actually suited it up for Thanos. I made the water a little bit deeper. I know you guys haven't seen Thanos in forever and you love Thanos. Let me find out what it is. Thanos is a snapping turtle, if you guys aren't familiar with Thanos, so let me just find this. Okay, just kidding. I'm just messing around. It's jokes, eh? Look at him. Thanos is a little thick because he's kind of like the dumpster of the snake house. Whenever somebody doesn't finish a pinky or something like that, he tends to eat it. But as you can see, Thanos has gotten a lot bigger since I've gotten him. He's like a little quarter-sized snapping turtle, and he's actually not too friendly anymore. He used to be kind of a laid-back snapping turtle, and as you can see, he doesn't mess around anymore, and he's trying to get my fingers like crazy. But it's okay, Thanos, I love you. Thanos, relax, okay? Look at that. Look at him extend his neck. That's what makes them so much more different from an alligator snapping turtle, because alligator snapping turtles can't make their neck reach all the way to the back of their shell like a common snapping turtle can. So when you're picking up a common snapping turtle versus an alligator snapping turtle, it's actually super dangerous to try and reach up and grab right here by the carapace, because they can reach back and grab your hand. So you don't want to make that mistake when grabbing turtles. Good thing. Oh, he's trying to get my finger. Do you see that? He's trying to reach all the way down here to get my finger. Don't do that. So as you guys can see, Thanos is doing good. He's getting real big. Now he has this big setup. Plenty of room to move around, plenty of room to grow. There's a tank heater in there just like we had for Carl the coral snake, but I turned up the heat just a little bit to get him some nice water to grow in, because the coral snake needed cooler water. So Carl's setup is now going to be used for Thanos, and we won't let that setup go to waste, because as you guys know, we like to reuse things from different setups. We don't want anything to go to waste. We're trying to recycle everything. Isn't that right, Thanos? Look at him. He's a little cantankerous little turtle, right? You're a cantankerous little turtle. I still don't forgive you what you did to Tony Stark. I don't care. Why is his name Thanos? He leaves every food item in half. You guys seen Avengers, right? I know what you did to Tony Stark. I know what you did. Look, he's like, I'm gonna give you a little bite. Oh, you're a little bit cranky, okay? All right, let's put him back inside here. He's got this whole entire area to swim around. He's gonna get huge, and he's gonna be a great turtle for display, because he'll hang out with the kids, chase their fingers, and try to bite them. Nothing cooler than a common snapping turtle. Now, common snapping turtles here in Florida, you don't need a license to own them, but Fish and Game does require you to have like a receipt that shows that you bought it from a captive breeding program or somebody's facility instead of just catching them out of the wild, because they don't really like that. They don't like the idea of people just taking them out of the wild. I'm trying to walk on the wrong part. It goes here. Let's give me a second. Okay, so like I was saying, common snapping turtles, you just need a little receipt to show that you got it in captivity. You didn't catch it out of the wild. Alligator snapping turtles, you need a special educational permit from Florida Fish and Wildlife. So it's a whole permit system. Don't try and get a pet alligator snapping turtle if you live here in Florida. You gotta follow the rules, you get yourself in trouble. So, common snapping turtle Thanos, he's gonna enjoy this paludarium for the rest of his days until he's too big, and we'll move him out and then move something back into here, maybe another turtle in the future, because that turtle's gonna get big really quick. Common snapping turtles, they get anywhere from 35 to over 40 pounds. That is a huge turtle. That's how they grab. Isn't that interesting? Hey, are you paying attention or what? You're falling asleep on me? Wake up, wake up. It's a sad day. You come to my coral snake's funeral and you fall asleep in my video. Disrespectful. If your mother was here, she would be ashamed of you. All right, beautiful people, I'm gonna leave on this note. I love you guys. Stay beautiful, stay safe, cherish your animals, love your family, love your neighbors, tell your friends, I love you. Give me a hug, brother. You're my man. You're my man. Anyways, stay gangster. He's like, I'm gonna give you a little bite.